Hello there, and welcome to my channel, Novice Modelling in a Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and today I'm going to do you a quick what's in the box kit review on my MINIART TACAM T-60 Romanian tank destroyer in the 135 scale, which is kit number 35230. Now, I actually bought this recently off eBay in conjunction with another kit which I've just reviewed, which is the SU-85, and I bought this kit and the SU-85 for a total of £45. Now, I consider that to be a bit of a bargain because that was inclusive of postage. So basically I paid 25 for the SU-85 and 20 for this. Having a look on the current prices on eBay, this particular kit generally goes for somewhere in the region of £30 to £45. So basically, the way I look at this, I've pretty much almost got one of these for free. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a quick review of some history of the vehicle. MINIART don't actually provide anything of any great note in the instruction book, so I'm just going to basically read the Wikipedia, or the start of the Wikipedia page on this. Then we're going to have a quick look at the instructions, and then we're going to go and have a look at the multitude of sprues that come with this. So I'm afraid this might take around about sort of 10-15 minutes, but I'll try and keep it as quick as possible. So start off, we'll look at Wikipedia. The TACAM T-60 anti-tank gun, or T-60 mobile gun carriage, was a Romanian tank destroyer used during World War II. It was built by removing the turret of the captured Soviet T-60 light tank and building a pedestal to mount a captured Soviet 76.2mm M1936 F-22 field gun in its place. A three-sided fighting compartment was built to protect the gun and its crew. 34 were built in 1943, and they served in the Jassy Kishinev offensive and the Budapest offensive. Development. By December 1942, it was blatantly obvious that Romania had nothing capable of defeating Soviet medium and heavy tanks, and was not likely to get anything capable of doing so from the Germans anytime soon. Romania had a number of captured modern Soviet tanks and field guns, and it was decided to convert them to tank destroyers on the model of the German Marder II. Sorry about that. The T-60 light tank was chosen because Romanian industry could maintain it, not least because its engine was a licence-built Dodge DeSoto Fargo FH2, for which spares were available in both Romania and Germany. A captured Soviet 76.2mm field gun was removed from its carriage, and a new mount was fabricated to fit the gun to a turretless T-60. A fighting compartment was built using armour salvaged from captured Soviet tanks, and the suspension was reinforced to handle its greater weight. Leonida finished the prototype on 19th of January 1943. The Romanians had unknowingly carried through with a successful Soviet project. In 1942, the Soviets attempted more than once to mount the same 76.2mm field gun to the T-60 chassis, but failed due to the latter's supposedly inadequate size. Yet the Romanians managed to successfully materialise the concept and even put it into serial, albeit limited, production. Romanian industry was unable to maintain 16 Allied tanks and assault guns, mounting guns of 75mm or larger, 6 T-34s, 2 KV-1s, 2 T-28s and 1 IS-2, which Romania captured, relegating them use for only anti-tank training. So basically, I'm just going to leave it there. We've got the actual box in front of us. You can see it's quite an interesting kit, but I mean, it's quite a small chassis that this goes on with. Quite a large gun on it at the end of the day. It's got a really interesting canopy cover on it as well, because obviously this is just an open compartment. I'm just going to get the computer out of the way, and we'll start having a look at the various bits and bobs and the instructions. So I'm just going to, whoops, technical difficulties. I'm just going to move this down so we can look at the instructions. So we get a very detailed plan of all our sprues that come with this. And obviously section 1, we're looking at the actual hull, so we're putting the base plate together. We're going to start putting the engine together, and we're going to put the engine in. I mean, obviously this is a very detailed kit and comes with a very detailed interior. It does say here, interior is accurately represented. So there's a lot of small parts on this. I have noticed this looking at the sprues. Here we're going to put the engine into the compartment. And yes, that does look like a lot of fiddly bits and bits of suspension and all the other batteries and what have you. We're then going to put the sides onto the base plate. and then we're going to start fixing various armoured parts to it. And then we're going to put this top section on to our completed or near completed hull. We're going to start putting our wheels on, our road wheels, and we're going to put some shells in. We're going to start putting the rear places on. We've got a couple of boxes with spare ammunition which appear to be going on the back here. As you can see, we've got our tracks on this as well. The tracks are a lot of fun. We have some fenders to put on the outside above the tracks going on here, more ammunition cases, and then we start to tackle our gun, which is quite oversized here. We're going to build our gun. Again, we've got lots of fiddly bits to go with this, lots of little elevation wheels, etc, etc. And eventually, after 41 sections, we're going to actually get to put our gun onto our completed tank chassis. And there we go. We're going to put this rather complicated frame section on, which is obviously going to provide some weather protection to our crew. And hopefully we're going to end up with something like this. This one being Romanian Army, Autumn 1944. Red Star, so I'm guessing this is after the Romanian defection. We also get this one, 2nd Tank Regiment, Romanian Army, Eastern Front, February 1944. We have a cross here, so we're going to guess this is when they were still part of the Axis alliance. And here we have 1st Armoured Division, Greater Romania, August 1944. This one incidentally has no markings at all. Quite interesting. So we're going to go through the sprues now. Let's just put that up to there. And there's a lot of them, but we'll try and keep this as brief as possible. First sprue, we've got the actual base plate. Now if I bring this front to the camera, I mean this is going underneath the tank, and obviously you can see you've got a lot of rivets and a lot of detail going on here, including this access panel. My experience, I haven't built any MINIART kits, but I have looked at a few. I've got quite a few of them in my collection. They're really, really nice. The parts are generally really well detailed, and you do get a lot of fiddly parts. I mean, this looks like a towing cable. I mean, that's going to be really difficult to successfully remove in one piece, I think. So there's a lot of skill involved in these. I'm not going to be attempting any of these anytime soon, but they're just interesting to look at. Here we have the 2 side panels. Again, we've got a lot of interesting small detail on this. Lots of rivets, lots of nice bits. And as you can see, the interior side is detailed as well. This, incidentally, I'm guessing this is actually what they've done, is they've sort of included a lot of parts from their just regular T-60, because this is obviously the hole for the turret on the T-60, which is not actually part of this tank, but obviously some of these pieces here are required in this build, so you're going to get quite a lot of spare parts, I would imagine, out of this. That's incidentally, it looks like our radiator fan there, which has got a lot of nice detail on it. We've got a rather large sprue here. This one's got these fenders for the side. This is the actual top plate that we're going to be putting on. I think this is the driver's hatch, which gets extended partway through the build. This, I think, is welded over. So this is the area where they have access to load the gun. The gun is mounted here. We've got a section of artillery shells, spare artillery shells. We've also got some parts of the gun itself. Lots of really small pieces. Oh dearie me. Everything's got practically every part you look at has got some minor piece of detail on it. You know, there's nothing that's very plain here at all, which is quite nice. That's the actual driver's hatch there. So you can see his viewing port here for when he's inside, and there's a hatch that goes on top. This sprue here, this looks like we've got possibly some engine parts on it, or maybe some sort of controls. There's our fan belt by the look of it, possibly a bit of the exhaust system. There's the fan. Here we have got some interior sort of well, these look like sort of shell containers. There's our seat, some wheels, there's a plate of some sort, lots more little fiddly parts. Really looking forward to this. Next off, we've got 2 of these particular ones. These are our ammo cases with some ammo shells. Looks like we've got anti-tank and maybe some high explosive. 2 of those. We've got 4 of these, these are going to be these drive wheels, I suppose. We've got 4 of those ones. I'm saving the best set for last, don't worry, we'll get to the track shortly. We've got a couple more wheels here. Again, we've got some nice detail, nothing's plain. We've got 2 of these ones. There's our drive wheel there. Some sort of container. Can't really identify anything else. We've got a towing hook by the look of it. 3 of these ones. These look like more containers possibly. We've got a wheel, we've got another couple of odd shells. I'm thinking that a lot of this is going to be superfluous, to be honest with you, because obviously it's kind of, I'm guessing you can make a T-60 out of this if you wanted to, but what would be the point in that? Got a nice little fire extinguisher here by the look of it. Some sort of lever. 2 of those. This particular one is our rather complicated looking frame for our canvas cover. That's going to be a lot of fun getting that from the sprue, I can tell you. Deary, deary me, we'll have to have steady hands on that part. We've got 3 separate ones here. Don't know what that is, got to be honest with you. Don't know what any of those parts are. There's another part of another drive. That's an open hatch for our driver. These look like possibly rear closing hatches for maybe the engine covering. And we've got 2 of these sprues. Again, we've got more drive wheels, more containers, more hooks, 2 of those. And now we come to the most fun part. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 11 sprues of track parts. Oh, joy. Joy, 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 joy. Can't wait. And then we come to the last section, which is our small variety of decals and some photo etch parts as well. So we'll keep those safe in the nice little MINIART envelope. And that completes our basic roundup of the parts. You may be aware I'm doing some kit reviews at the moment. Yesterday we did the German Steyr. The day before we did the MINIART SU85 that I was talking about, and all the kits that I'm doing at the moment are coming from a recent haul video of 135 kits that I've put up. The general idea is the haul is up and you guys can get involved and let me know if there is a particular kit that you want to review. All you have to do is drop a comment in the comments bar. There will be links up to the haul video, and there will also be a link to my 135 group of kit reviews, which is currently, there's about 40 kits in there at the moment. It will soon grow to probably 100 or 200 over the next year or so. So it's worth looking at and keeping an eye on what I'm doing. I will be building some 135 kits shortly, so please do continue to watch. I promise you I will start building some of these things very, very soon. So please do like and subscribe and join me for my model building ride. Be seeing you.